Hello everybody and welcome to Mr. Troy Explains, a video series where I help you do your homework. Okay, so I am looking at problem number 23 from the homework, although there are several like this. The function g is related to one of the 6 parent functions. So I have an earlier video on the parent functions. I will throw the link in the doobly-doo. And maybe I'll learn how to do annotations and put the link right here. I might not know how to do that. We'll see. Okay. So identify the parent function. Well, the parent function is going to be x cubed. Because when I get down to it, the most important thing here is that x is being cubed. That matters more than the fact that it's being multiplied by -1. It matters more than the fact that you're adding 4 or subtracting 10. So the parent function, they used f of x. So the parent function f of x is x cubed. Okay. Now, the different things that are happening are you are adding 4 inside of the function. When I say inside, I mean it's happening before you cube. Then you are multiplying by -1. Since that's outside of the function, since it's happening after you cube, that is a vertical flip, or a flip over the x-axis. And then you're subtracting 10. So let's see what my options are here. A horizontal shift of 4 units to the right. No, it's definitely going to be 4 units left. Remember, addition means left and subtraction means right. Just like you've always been told, or I don't know, whatever. Okay, so it's either 2, 3, or 5. A reflection in the x-axis means a vertical reflection. So a reflection in the x-axis would be a vertical reflection. So that gets rid of this second option. So it's either 3 or 5 here. And a vertical shift 10 units downward, because minus does mean down. So it's our third option here. Now, sketch the graph by hand. So we are looking for something that is shifted to the left. Okay, so that's one of the first 3. Shifted down 10. So that eliminates this one on the third one. And reflected over the x-axis, or in the x-axis. So we want to take our function. So this is what the parent function looks like. We want to move it 4 units left, 10 units down, and then we want to reflect it in the x-axis. So we're looking for something that looks like this. That's graph 1. Oh my goodness, that was behind me. I'm so sorry. Let me move me. There you go. Okay, finally, in function notation. So this is one of my favorites because it only kind of seems like it makes sense at first, and it doesn't really seem like it has a point, but it's actually really neat once you figure out how to do it. So it's actually just saying, what's the stuff that happens inside the function? So inside the cubing. And what's the stuff that happens outside? And it actually should look exactly like this. Whoops. Except instead of being x cubed, it should just be f of x. So we're looking for the opposite of f of x plus 4 minus 10, which is this one right here. Okay, next I'm going to look at problem 32, and I'm actually not going to need any scratch paper for this. So Problem 32 is just asking me to add these functions together. So at each x value, I'm just going to add the y values. So I'm going to go from 0, so negative to 0. Oops, get back here, guy. From negative to 0 to negative 1, 1. I'm just adding the y values together. Okay. Then I'm going to go back to 0. This time it's 0, 0. It's kind of annoying that you need to keep clicking the same thing over and over again, but I think we'll live. Okay, then at x equals 1, we've got 2 plus negative 1. That's 1, if I'm not mistaken. And at x equals 2, we've got 2 plus 1. That is 3. So that is how we do that particular problem there. Okay, last problem I'm going to do is problem 45. It's asking us to find a domain for each of those functions and then find the domain of the composed function. It says use a graphing utility to verify your results, which means you should go to Desmos to check your answer. Let's take a look. Okay, our domain for f is that the denominator cannot equal 0. So x squared can't be 1, which means x does not equal negative 1 or positive 1. So the way that you write that is anything from negative infinity to negative 1 joined with anything from negative 1 to positive 1 joined with anything from 1 to positive infinity. So that's f. For g, that's a linear function. No denominator, no even roots. So anything from negative infinity to positive infinity. Okay, now f of g. Let's take a look at that. So f of g is 4 over x plus 1 squared minus 1. Now, it's going to be tempting to look at that and say, oh my goodness, I need to multiply all that out and figure out all that's going on there and simplify and all of that good stuff. But actually you don't. F of g is just f of x plus 1. What did we learn that f of x plus 1 is or does? Pause, 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 pause. Oh, they cry in unison. It's just shifted left 1. So all you have to do is take this answer and shift it left 1 unit. So from negative infinity to negative 2, and then from negative 2 to 0, and then from 0 to infinity. Ah, I'm disappearing behind me. Better move me out of the way again. Ah, Mr. Troy, you're always getting in the way. Okay. Now, your alternative would be to set this equal to 0 and solve for that, but you're going to get the same thing. All right, I hope that helps.